welcome Scorpio for your February zodiac wheel reading. I'll focus for you Scorpios on the Scorpio frequency for February 2020. And thank you for supporting my channel, and welcome to any new viewers. This is a general reading for the collective, so if you would like a more personal, in-depth reading, my contact details there in the description box below. For new viewers, you can click on subscribe, and that way you'll receive any future updates. And if you click on the little bell next to it, then yeah, you'll get any of the updates that I post on my channel. So again, thank you for your support, thank you for being a part of the tribe. I invite Great Spirit, angels and my guides to join me in this reading for Scorpio. Thank you for any messages that come through in this reading for Scorpio's highest good and for the good of all concerned. We're in a 2-month, number 2, a master number month, February. So this is very prominent for all of us. And the 2 as a master number carries the energy of random acts of kindness, being a peacemaker, clearing up any misunderstandings. Thank you. So, here we have in the area of your persona and how you present to the world at large, you have the Death card influencing that. So this is telling me here that you're changing on a profound level, Scorpios. You're really getting in touch with the deepest part of you. There's indications with the Death card being life, birth, regeneration, energies connected with that, there is a new fresh start or fresh slate ahead for you, and you are moving away from those old, outworn, preconceived notions. It's you know, clearing out old value systems even, and many of you could literally be clearing out your cupboards. And making room for new stock, I suppose you could say. Yeah, because it's a sort of, it's funny with the cleaning of the closets. It's like a symbolic gesture to the universe that, you know, you've got space and room for the new to come in. So if you're holding on too much to what is not working for you anymore, it blocks. You know, it blocks the new direction opening up. It blocks the new things coming in. So there's a bit of that involved here with the Death card influencing this area. This is the ego area of the chart, the wheel as well. So there may be a bit of a check on your ego. Is it in good health, or are you finding that you're playing things out due to your ego being wounded, so you're having knee-jerk reactions to things? Yeah. Everything happens for a reason, Scorpio. So whatever is taking place, it's not necessarily that you're the victim of it. It's just that, you know, there's a lesson there for you to be learning. And if you learn your lesson quickly, you can move forward quickly. You don't have to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Now, here in your values, you have had a bit of a tough time trying to really evaluate how you feel about some of the things that you've witnessed or had to deal with, and you do know that you want to, you know, move away from difficulties. So there is a bit of a sense here of sailing out of trouble and calmer waters ahead. So I think if you've done enough of this clearing and you know, releasing yourself from old outworn patterns and a victim kind of place, like feeling that, you know, why is this all happening to me? I feel that with this Six of Swords, you'll be in a spot where you'll have a good hard look at how you are, you know, holding on to things that aren't necessary anymore, whether it's emotional, mental, or on a material level. And once you can recognize your part in it, then you will be able to find that you'll be having a smoother run ahead. Okay? Now, interestingly enough, the energies astrologically that are affecting you here in this area too is Mars. Mars is in Sagittarius until around the 17th of February, and then it enters into Capricorn. And that's the egocentric drive to accomplish the need for material things and the ability to attain them. So that is really going to be a part of the new energy that is coming in for you, Scorpios. So you may find yourself acquiring some new material objects or possessions, but there is needing to be a clean out before you get them. You've got to make the room, otherwise it's sort of like all clutter, and people in general can't work well in clutter or think clearly in a cluttered environment, whether it's a cluttered mind or a cluttered house. So with that, on the Mars moving into Capricorn on the 17th, that will form a trine to Uranus in Taurus, and trines are easy flowing energy. Alright, they're about helping things flow, and it's usually seen as a positive aspect to trine. So, and the fact that it's coming from your second of how you earn your money, you know, honest day's pay for an honest day's work, and your resources and finances. And the Uranus in Taurus is here in your 6th house, which is the day-to-day job, working conditions, that kind of thing. Alright? It's quite positive that if leaving a job has been one of the things that you wanted to leave behind, or maybe you haven't been able to work and you want to get a job, you want to leave not working behind, you're sailing out of trouble. And I do feel with this trine you could find yourself it's a good time to find yourself something that can bring you some extra income. So that Mars trining Uranus energy, you'll feel that creative enthusiasm building up in you, which could make you a little bit impatient and demand a bit of freedom as well. So be careful of that, because you've got boundless energy and you really want to just keep busy and get your projects rolling. But you could change jobs, and you could change jobs constantly, actually. All right. Now, this Uranus energy is a beautiful energy in Taurus. The Taurian energy is an earth energy, and it is about our planetary mind. So you could be receiving intuitively from the planet. You know, tune in to the planet, do some grounding work, earth work, you know, talk to the plants. If you're one of the tree huggers, there's nothing wrong with tree huggers, because you can give the energy to the trees that go down into the soil and into our earth, and you can also receive the energy from the trees. So this kind of awareness and awakening is happening to a lot of people on the planet at the moment, and it's a really lovely way to share that healing ability that humans have and the earth has. The earth does rejuvenate, but you know, we can speed that rejuvenation up by listening to our planet, taking notice of the signs that our planet is trying to give us. Now, here in communication and neighbourhood, siblings, you've got the Ace of Cups. So this is saying that your cup's still half full. So if you've been a bit pessimistic, Scorpio, and looking at it as being half empty, then turn to see what you have got and how fortunate you are in comparison to someone who's actually doing it tougher than you. You know, like, help yourself to realise that you're really doing quite well, and you're communicating here with a lot of love. So when you're communicating with people, you're coming from a place of love. Okay, so I'm feeling that the need to defend yourself, or feel that you're being put in a position where you have to defend yourself, you're sort of putting that on the back burner here, and there's that. They're showing me that not wanting to have to fight, not wanting to have to argue, defend, all that sort of stuff. You in a way, you're probably even in a phase here through February that is very healing for yourself, by just accepting what was, or accepting what is. You know, you can't control everything, and that Death card there is also a message of relinquishing control. I mean, you really can't control other people, other events, and you don't have to submit, but you do yourself a favour if you accept that. Yeah, and that way you can have some peace from trying to, you know, no, it's not supposed to be like that, or I want it to be like that. Well, it's a bit hard to be trying to control how others are and how they conduct themselves, and all you can do is control how you do it, and lead by example, Scorpio. Now, in the base of the wheel, you've got, it's like a walking away card, but it's someone that is sort of like having to go away, but they return. So your cups are still full there too. They're not going away forever. You possibly are in a position where you don't want them to have to be going away all the time, but or it may be you that has to go away. Now this could be for work or personal reasons or family. There's many reasons why you may be coming and going. There's a lot of coming and going. But it's in the home and it is connected with family or your family roots. But you're not letting go of family. You're just, this figure here, you know, they've got their backpack, they've got their bags, got all their essentials, and they're, you know, following their path. So if it's not you that needs to be heading off to follow your path, which we all are following our path, even if we do make detours and get a bit lost on the way. But this could be, you know, you doing that, and or you're dealing with someone who's doing that. And for those that are working on the getting their home or getting a new home, this is saying to me that there's those of you out there that have already got a home, or got a roof over your head, but there's another possibility for you. So some of you may be looking at getting two, like might be a holiday place or something like that. Yeah, so yeah, they're saying that nothing lost, nothing gained with this. So you're not losing out on anything, even though you may be feeling a bit flat because it's not exactly the way you want it to be. So I do feel with you here in February, Scorpios, you are a bit dissatisfied because things aren't exactly how you'd like them to be. But this is a good sign in this area, because it's letting you know that, you know, keep your own home environment, family environment, keep it as stable as you can. Alright? Because that way, whoever it is that is coming and going will always want to return to the security. And there is security here, because your cups aren't falling over or emptying out, they're still full. So there is security in your home and with your family. And this also is the area of the mother figure. And you've also got the mother figure up here with the Empress as well. So, and that's fertility, and that's the polar opposite to this. So there's something very fruitful that will develop out of this, that will be emotionally secure and satisfying for you, Scorpions. And then we have, in the area where you find your joy, you have the King of Cups. So a deep emotional, sensitive, understanding, masculine energy is the King of Cups. So you may find yourself being more sensitive and understanding of others. This is also sort of like friendships and sporting groups, group activities can be involved in this. It's hobbies, it's children for those of you that have children, and for those of you that are interested in things to do with the matter of the heart, well, for the females, I do feel that this is indicating a significant male being somehow brought into your life if they're not already in it. It's a water sign energy, it's Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. So see if that resonates in your world, because this is showing he's also, the King of Cups is also a intuitive person, someone who can deeply be in contact with their instincts and not ashamed to do so. So, you know, you may just find that this person is a really good friend and they can tune into your thoughts and feelings so easily, and you wonder how, you know, like, how did they know that? So I do feel that there's a lot of support around for you here through February, and you're coming to a place yourself, Scorpio, where you can be of emotional support for someone else, someone who's significant to you. And then we have the King of Wands next to that in the area of our health, well-being, mind, body, health and well-being, and work and co-workers, and you've got the King of Wands. Now with these two together also, I feel that there is some sort of business negotiations or discussions also. So as I said, if there's some of you that are wanting to change jobs, then this is a time where you can look at doing that. Or you may just be looking for your first job. With the Uranus energy being in the 6th house, that there is some dissatisfaction with service or work, or the work environment, or what you have to deal with in the work environment. Okay, and the King of Wands is a loyal energy. So you want the loyalty to be shown to you from your working environment, as much as you want to be working in an environment that you can also be loyal to and not sell your soul for. Okay? Now, relationships, you've got the Princess of Pentacles, so there's messages coming through when the Pentacles are showing in a situation. So that's all right, because another thing here with this area, which will be happening through February and then moving into March, you've got Venus going into Aries. So there's a bit of practical service to others indicated with that, and enjoying duties that are creating harmonious work environments. So because this is a Pentacles card, I do feel that you've got messages coming, and it could be to do with contracts, business partnerships, and or marriage, because the 7th house rules that area. And also, it is the area that show the results of your labour, the balance, and getting the balance right too. So the Page of Pentacles is saying there's a message coming to you. I do feel that it's work orientated, that you can earn some extra from that, and there's some sort of result of your labour coming to light here. And here we have a bit of rest in the 8th house, the area of other people's resources. So you might find that the usual avenue that you go down to get some sort of financial, material support is with that Four of Swords. There's a bit of a there's a hold up there, or there's something that is not flowing as easily towards you. So you might have to actually rely on your own resources, your own finances. So it's a good time for whatever reason, whether that person hasn't got the money to loan it to you at the moment, or you're not getting the assistance, because it governs areas that are to do with the bank, the government, tax, that sort of thing, other people's resources, money that is coming to you from somewhere else besides your own efforts and endeavours. And and for some reason it's not dried up, it's just on hold. So you may find that, you know, once you move through February, that it's a better time to access that or go for that loan, you know, because the other thing with February too is that Mercury goes into Pisces, so that's another water sign energy there, and that's around the 4th, 5th of February, and then it will go retrograde on the 17th. So there is a time for retreat. It is sort of that energy where people just want to pull their heads in a bit, you know, duck and weave. They don't want to have to deal with anything too much. Their communication is enhanced, you know, dramatically here through February with this Mercury energy going through the 5th house in Pisces, and it will enter into the 6th house. So there will be a lot of messages coming out of March, April. You'll get a lot of information, so maybe things that you're putting in there now trying to find out information, you may not actually get that information until March, April, but it's still worth researching. So it's a good time for research now, okay? So you might need to research new avenues of you know, a credit line or paying off some debt. So we have the 6 of Wands here. So there's the 9 of Wands. Sorry, nine of Wands. Long distance travel, overseas communication, obstacles being removed. So if things have been on hold, then the obstacles are being removed. All right. Now, the 22nd of February is also a master number day. So then you've got 6 number 2s there on that 22nd. So the number 22, the master number, is the material master. All right? And that is also one of big messages. The bigger picture messages coming through for the human race, for individuals, but as a collective. This is a day where, on the 22nd, where earth and heaven meet. All right, so you can really accomplish a lot or get a lot of information from the others, from the other realms, here on the 22nd. So it's a wonderful day for meditation and contemplation, collective prayers, collective meditation, that kind of thing. Send out healing messages to people that you love, that you aren't able to physically see, but you know, you can use this master number 22 energy here in February to access that higher vibration that contributes to the greater good. All right? Because it's a good day too on the 22nd to work on your ideals, make some big plans for yourself, make sure they're accomplishable, not pie in the sky, and you know, join in with some sort of community gathering or activity if you can. and to lift your vibration if you're feeling a bit down on this day here on the 22nd, it resonates to, you know, soothing, healing music. So sound therapy or listening to your favourite music will all be beneficial for you and lifting your vibration on the 22nd. Now here is your area of career, the zenith of the wheel, and you've got the Empress. Well, the Empress is the fertility card. So, you know, in your career, if you make the appropriate arrangements, like it's showing me here, you want to change your job, you want to increase your income, you know, you want to be able to negotiate your income as well with your work environment and employers and co-workers and things like that. So this is showing that you will have success, and it's the time of 3. 3 days, 3 weeks, and the Empress is the mother figure. She's a nurturer, so it's a very feminine energy. So it's definitely you know, go gently, go lightly, don't be forceful and aggressive, because that is in your career area, because or with your parents, because the 10th and 4th house are about parents as well. You know, send them love, and you know, your parents always have had to deal with things that you possibly couldn't understand because you weren't around, or you weren't born yet, rather. So, you know, like my parents, I was born in an era where women's liberation was the big movement, but my mother and father were born in an era where you know, you left school or college, you got a job, you met someone, you got married, you settled down, and you had a family, and that was all that was expected of you. So to have children that grow up in the 70s, 60s and 70s, that was, you know, not the way that they wanted their life to go so much, really was quite a shock for the parents for that generation, you know, and they didn't know what to do with that generation for quite a while, until they sort of got their heads around it. You couldn't live in sin and all this sort of stuff. It was quite silly, but that is how it was. So for all of us, that is the same situation. And so there's a need here for being nurturing and understanding of the parent figure, whether it be your father or your mother. It's traditionally the one that was the provider in the family that the 10th house rules. So, you know, that could be the mother or the father. In the days of gone by of my parents, it was the father, traditionally, not the mother. But these days that's changed. So, yeah. So it's also the Mother Earth card. So again, that earthing energy, that, you know, walking in the earth, on the earth, barefoot, feeling the earth energy running through you and then back into the earth, or swimming in the ocean, that kind of thing, and really being aware that the earth is alive. It's not a dead thing that has no feelings. It is alive. And you are connected to it. And here we have the 8 of Wands. So there's good news from faraway places with the 8 of Wands. There's news coming by air, so whether or not that's telephone or Wi-Fi, it could be someone flying over from a long distance, flying to you, or you're flying to them. It's group situations, it's your social circles. It's hopes and wishes being fulfilled there too, and the action, putting putting things into action. It's the love of outdoor activities. So there may be some gatherings that you can get to, which is in the great outdoors. But with these two wands in the future area, like this is showing you what's coming in the future out of all your effort. So you're tying up loose ends here with the Nine of Wands to do with higher education, long distance travel and foreign cultures, philosophies, religion, that kind of energy of the ninth house. You're tying up loose ends and obstacles are being removed. And here in this area of your hopes and wishes and being fulfilled, manifestation, social groups, this is letting you know that, you know, the pathway is opening up for you to be able to socialise, and it could be you travelling a distance to get to someone you know, one of your friends, or they could be travelling a long way to get to you. Okay? And I do feel too with that, it's also success in what you're been working on. Anything that you've been putting your energy into, there's the arrows are finding their mark. They're hitting the goal. Oh, excuse me. Hitting the goal and finding their mark. And here we have the good news. Emotional support being shown coming through here with the Page of Cups. And good news, you're going to get some information coming your way. So you've got two information cards with the pages showing me. One's about financial security and the other one's about emotional security. So there's some good news coming through. And you will have some playful pastimes. You've got some buddies to play with and enjoy yourself with. So I'll just ask for the divine direction. Oh, there we go. So I was just going to ask for this second house area. So proud. Be proud of who you are, where you've been and where you're going. And I'll ask here for your financial sector as well, even though this is how you earn your money and what you do with your money. This is where you can get financial support or material support. There we go. Guides. Your spirit guides are there to help you communicate with your spirit guides daily. Okay, so trust in asking your guides or angels for help, and then trust in the signs that they leave you or they show you. Don't underestimate. If you think something's a sign, then it surely is. Now, your confirmation card reading, Scorpio, for February from the animal medicine cards. Thank you. Oh, we got two. So we've got the King of Autumn, Gypsy Vanna horse. So you can see that? Lovely horse. Everything going to turn out great. Projects will be stunningly successful. Exciting new career opportunities are possible, and money or resources that come your way will be invested wisely. Wonderful. And then you have the Ten of Autumn, the Golden Retriever. And aren't they a beautiful dog? My Kobe dog's a retriever, a Labrador. And you can see I've put the picture of him at the end of the reading, actually, so that you can all meet him. Contentment comes from knowing that your finances are secure and your family's material needs are taken care of. It's important to honour traditions and have pride in your heritage and the accomplishments of your ancestors. Well, there you go. That's why the parents were showing up so significantly here in your reading, Scorpio. They're still alive, but they are your ancestors. They're the generation that went before you, and this looks like, to me, Scorpios that are looking for that new direction with work or pay rise or negotiations in the workplace. You're heading in the right direction there, and there's going to be an increase in your income out of it. Okay? And be proud of who you are, where you've been, and where you're going. Thank you so much for joining me, Scorpio. It's lovely to read for you again. Please do click on the like button for your reading this month. Don't forget to check out your other signs, whether it's your sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign, to get an overall view. And if you want to contact me and go deeper into your own personal reading, I can do that for you also. So my contact details are there for you, so you can contact me to do that. Again, many thanks, many blessings, peace to you all, much love, namaste. Are we going to go for a walk? Do you want to go for a walk? Do you want to go for a walk, Kobe? Come on. Yeah?